Okay, guys, I'm going to share with you another thing with my Jeep Gladiator Mojave. It's a 2021. I literally bought this 3 weeks ago. It was bone stock. Still has a dealer plate. Done quite a bit to it. Wheels, tires, leveled, hood, decal, Baja Designs headlights, Baja Designs fog lights, winch bumper, Maximus 3 hoop, Quake LED turn signals, the Oracle taillights, and also did the badging, the decal overlay here. You can kind of see the topo lines. But, so, been having fun, been doing a lot of stuff to it, get it where I want it. However, it's always, so here's a backstory. I've built a handful of XJs and they all drove great. My last one was phenomenal. It was a supercharged 2001 that I built from the cleanest two-wheel drive I could find in the country. And, it was lifted 4 inches on 37 speed locks. I could drive that down the highway at 80 with a thumb on the steering wheel. This, not so much. I couldn't figure it out. It's been absolutely annoying me. Had alignment done and everything. It always has had a vague feel in the steering wheel. And this morning I was going to get up and come check it out. I kind of had an idea what to look for, but I went down the stupid rabbit hole of YouTube and forums and this and that. So here's a little backstory. If you find my other video of how I stopped these shocks here, the 2.5 Fox shocks, how I stopped them from squeaking, 100% stopped them from squeaking. I've put 3,000 miles on it, a lot of, like light trail and a lot of highway and stuff combination, and the squeak has not come back. In fact, I can now hear the rear squeaking and I can hear my sway bar squeaking. So, but I have Prothane bushings to put in there and I'm going to grease them up real well when I install those. And then I'm just going to do my trick to the rear shocks. But here's the thing. I always had a weird popping. Like I said, I've owned this like 3 weeks. So my rabbit hole that I ventured down today told me that, if I got popping, these are probably loose, your ball joints and your tie rod ends. Okay, so yeah, feasible. I can understand that. That's going to create a little bit. But thing is none of these were really loose. I mean, the lower ball joints, yeah, they were loose enough that tightening them with one rotation to the next hole to get the cotter pin back in. Yeah, that needed to be done. This one up here, it was tight enough. Definitely was tight enough. The other side, both, yeah, a little loose. I did discover though, tie rod ends, they make a little noise on that from stop to stop on the rotation that you have. You have a little bit of rotation there. If they were greasable, I could probably grease them. We'd never hear that. But that was kind of like what I was hearing in the steering wheel. I couldn't figure it out. Well, I had my wife come out. Actually, I kind of had an idea, but again, I went down the rabbit hole of YouTube and Gladiator forums and everything else. And so these are what I was checking. Well, I had her come out and rock the steering wheel side to side, and I was getting this knock. But this wasn't moving. No matter how hard I held that against the stop on each side, it wouldn't move. So I knew it wasn't knocking, right? So I took, and I was like, you know what? I just need to go back to my original thought here. I'm like, is that loose? Is that nut loose? So as I had my wife just knock the steering wheel left to right just to create the noise, I felt that Pitman arm wiggling. It was going not side to side, but like from side to side, it would lift and drop, lift and drop. So it was like twisting on the shaft, if that makes sense. So I pulled the skid plate off. I put my, real simple, my 14-inch Husky pipe wrench on it, because guess what? You can't really get up in there with the track bar in the way with a socket. So I got that on there. And by hand, without putting a cheater bar or anything on it, I got almost a half a turn on that. And driveway test, steering wheel side to side, the noise went away. It was totally gone. So I went and took it for a drive. The steering on this is 100% positive. I don't have that vague feel in the steering wheel anymore. It's nice and tight. There's like no play in it now. It drives as well on the freeway as my 01 XJ now. And I've been frustrated because I'm like, how in the hell can my 24-year-old Jeep that's been heavily modded drive better than a new Gladiator with a leveling kit? It just didn't make sense to me. So if you guys are having that issue, take the time, look at that. Don't go down the same rabbit hole. Just another thing to check. And thanks for watching. Check out my other videos. Pretty informative on some things. So just trying to help out when I can, when I discover stuff, and pass that information on along.